One second, everybody. I shall be with you right now. Let me just load up my page. Just waiting for my page to load. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is Carmen with Elemental Designs. I'm running a little late, you guys. I'm so sorry. It's been a hectic kind of week. So glad that it's over. Let me go ahead and put some of my pieces to the side while I let people join us. And in the meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and get some of these die cuts ready. As you guys can see, I put a poll on my channel, on my page basically, and I gave some options for what to create today. And a lot of people, well, it was kind of like a close tie between creating a mystical creature and steampunk. So when I saw the like it was kind of divided, I actually started to build this thing. So by the time that the day was over, it was totally steampunk. So I figured that I would kind of blend a little bit of both. Some of these little pieces don't want to come out. So let's see if my other one does any better. I was like running late, trying to get everything ready in a hurry. Hello, Sasso. And so hopefully it's good enough. Let me see. Yeah, that should be good enough for the space I need for the canvas. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to get at least the bigger pieces out of here and just leave the smaller little chunks in for this one. At the end of the day, it'll still give me texture, which will still show through. So I'm pretty cool with that. Just get some of the bigger chunks out and leave some of the little ones in. And basically, I used a die that I purchased quite some time ago from eBay. It's got some gears. Okay, that one's pretty stuck in there. All right, so let's keep doing this. For the most part, it always cuts good, but I have to replace my die cutting machine because it's basically on its last leg as we speak. But I have my eye on one that I already want, and God willing, I shall have it before the year is out. So let's see, let me just continue to do this. Again, I'm running a little late today. I start at 7. Today I had to start at 7:30. Dinner was running late. Everything was running late. Today was just one of those days, you guys. So I do apologize. Then last Wednesday I had to cancel. I was ready to go, but unfortunately, Sasson kind of came down with a little bit of the flu. And he started getting progressively worse as the day went on. So I just decided to cancel it altogether. I'm going to be doing that live tomorrow, which is Sunday, at the same time that I normally would, which is 7 p.m. So if you're interested in seeing how that lab book is coming along, and hopefully I'll be doing most of the work tomorrow, then definitely come and check that out. We're almost there with these little pieces. And then we're going to start moving forward with the project, and I'll start talking about everything that I've done here today. If you're watching this video after the fact, then feel free to go ahead and fast forward to the part where I'm done doing this. Okay. Thank goodness it's not that many of them, because this is quite a chore. They do pop out rather easy for the most part. But then again, it all depends on where on the plate I put it. Sometimes I have to dance with it a little bit just so that I can get it to cut all the way through. Again, it's an older one. It's a big kick, so it's an older machine. I did have the cutter book, but that one, I ran through that one quick. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and move all of those to the side. And that's basically it for this. All right, you guys. So welcome to my channel. This is Carmen once again with Elemental Designs. And let me go ahead, now that I've gone ahead and cleared up all these little die cuts, talk to you guys a little bit about what today's project is going to be. As you guys can see here, I have some die cuts that are basically some gears and some clock pieces. I have 2 straws here as well. because it's kind of like a theme that I'm kind of thinking about. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with it all the way through and through yet. We have this piece that I actually made today. And basically what I did is I cut out, I used my Cricut to cut out a unicorn shape. And then I took some Sculpey clay. And basically I've been going to town for most of the afternoon. Like I said, once I saw that it was kind of gearing towards the creatures, the mystical creatures, I kind of started working on this. So basically I used this template here as kind of like my base, and I started kind of building on that. And then once I cooked this and basically it was mostly dry, or dry enough, I would say. I went ahead and gave it a layer of gesso, and then I put the steam to it, like the heat tool to it, really, really close, so that I can get a lot of texture on this. I wanted this to have a lot of texture. I wanted it to pick up maybe some of the gold metallics or some of the other metallics that I'm going to be using on this project. And I also did the little horn for it, again with the Sculpey clay. So I'll be adhering this somehow, some way. We'll figure that part out as we go. And she's not the most majestic creature of all, but for my first one, I don't think it's too bad. I got a lot of dimension on her. And that's basically what I wanted. I wanted her to have some dimension so that I have a little bit of shadows here and there. Nothing too major. And this is the canvas that we have now. I have an option of doing it one direction or the other. I'm really not quite sure, to be honest with you, which one of the two sides I'm going to go with. I think it'll kind of work either way. And again, if I'm thinking, I'm going to put this kind of like this, actually. If I go with this with the carousel theme, which is kind of what I was thinking, then I'll do it on the other side. Otherwise, what I was actually originally thinking to do is kind of just like paint out like a whole little scene. Just add some of these kind of like in the background here and there. And basically just do the whole thing, glue the whole thing down, and then basically go to town painting it. So I don't know, but we're gonna go ahead and push it forward like this. I think I really like the steampunk idea of it on the reverse, but I didn't prep the canvas on this side in order to do it. And I'm kind of debating that right now, because this will look really nice with all the little pieces here and there, but I can always do another one and do this. So I think I'm actually going to do this and paint her in. So let me get some paint and start actually creating some background on this. But before I do that, I think I'm gonna do some stenciling in this background. Let me see what stencil I have. Let's see. You know what? I think I'm gonna use the same stencil that I used last week, only because they are gonna be hanging next to each other. Or maybe I should do a steampunk. I mean, with gears. Now that is a dilemma, you guys. Let's see. Well, you know what? I think I'll do the gears, since we are going with a steampunk kind of theme. But I do love them swirls. So I think I'll do that because I'll be able to cover up most of this canvas. And then I'll just lay the horse down to see more or less, you know, where everything is going to go. So I need to prep some paste. Let me grab some baby powder and some of my DIY gesso. And I'm just going to mix this right here. And actually what I might do is just put this down and then kind of gesso, stencil the whole thing over it. I'm going to go in this direction first and then fill that whole thing up that way. Hello, hello, Lisa. How are you, darling? So I'm going to go ahead and mix some of this gesso here, this DIY gesso, with some baby powder just to thicken it up a little bit. So I'm just going to make myself some quick paste because I did make myself some gesso, but I didn't really feel the need to make some paste right then and there. I figured I can always make it as I need it. So let me just go ahead and do that real quick. And I think I'm also going to paint this gesso black, this paste black. So I'm just mixing basically some baby powder and some of that gesso mix. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some black paint to this so that I can make it all dark. Hello, hello, Monica. Well, let me shake this first real quick. Give it a nice little toss up. Sorry, you guys, I started late today. My schedule this week has been all off whack. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix that in. I've gone ahead and added some black acrylic paint to that. So I'm just gonna mix all of that in together and create a nice dark paste. Hopefully closer to black than gray, but I'll take whatever I get right now. And then we're gonna go ahead and heat set this. Okay. I need this to be just a little bit thicker, so let me add some more baby powder to this. And if you don't like the smell of baby powder, there's other chalks that you can use. You can look for chalk powder and things like that online, and you can get those. Baby powder is just cheap, affordable, and you can find it everywhere and anywhere. So here we go. And this is basically what my paste is looking like. You guys can see that the baby powder is still in there, but it thickens it up really nicely, and it's still nice and smooth. So I'm gonna use this to basically get my stencil in, and I'm gonna go ahead and use it with the same little Prima brush. So as you guys see, I have my little unicorn silhouette there. Let me just make sure that this is exactly where I need this to be. You can always put double-sided tape. I do that more often than not. And then we're just gonna basically lay this stenciling in there. I was watching your giveaway, Monica, and I was like, oh my gosh, she hates pink. And as I was working on the I was molding this thing out. The whole thing is molded out in pink clay. I was like, oh my God, if she jumps in tonight, she's gonna cringe when she sees that. So I was like, let me make sure that I gesso it real quick before I go on there with a pink horse. And she's like, all right, Carmen, good night. I gotta go. But I'll definitely be joining. Super excited. I love True Blood myself. So super, super excited. And I agree, I think he's one of the best vampires yet. Definitely has the look. So let's see, let's keep adding this paste. Again, I'm adding it everywhere. Little horsey, everything is catching it. So be careful with some of these gears, because these little bits and pieces, they kind of move around. But love the paste. It's always a little tricky when you're stenciling on canvas anyway, because the canvas is not solid in the center and it has all of that flex. Sometimes that actually becomes your worst enemy when you're working on a canvas with a stencil, because all the paste goes everywhere and you're in the fighting with yourself like, no, I just learned to accept it. So if the stenciling doesn't come out okay, I'm okay with that. All we can ever do is try, right? And this stencil that I'm using is a stencil by Decoart. I believe it's called Cogs, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. But I will come back to the video and link it down below for those of you that are interested in a 12 by 12 full of gears. Hello, Christine. Thank you for thank you for being here. Yes, 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 yes. I was like, okay, cool. And that's good to know, not for nothing, because I would have totally put pink. Definitely some fuchsia. All up in your project, girl. You would have received that thing like, damn, is Carmen mad at me? No, I just didn't know. But now I do. Now I do. I think everybody knows what my favorite colors are because I'm always saying them. So let's keep on adding this gesso in there. I call it gesso because that's basically what it originated as, but it's texture paste at this point because I've added baby powder and thickened it up. And I'm praying that I have enough here, that I've made enough. So what I like about making my own paste, I can make it as thick as I want, which allows me to build so much dimension on my projects for the most part. I'm trying to make this thing last. I'm going to have to do more probably because I'm going to need some for the other side. All right, so we've got that going. Let's peel this back. Oh my goodness, you guys, fingers crossed. Okay, not too bad, not too bad on my little DIY paste, you guys, not too bad. It's way too much gears, but oh well. We're going to figure it out. Really wild. No, I would try not to be so inconsiderate. Oh, the name of this stencil is called Gears and Cogs. It's a 12 by 12 by Decoart. How am I going to do this? Okay, I think I'm going to have to dry this really quickly, you guys, because I'm going to end up messing this thing up. So give me a second. Let me dry this up real quick before I make it worse than what it looks like already. And let's take off the unicorn. This looks pretty cool though now, right? Totally usable. Let's put you right here for now. I got a little steampunk unicorn already without even trying. My paste my gesso consists of baby powder, school glue. I used about 2 bottles of school glue. And then I just added powder to it. I added powder to it to taste. Basically, you know, depending on how thick or how light you want it. Because again, you can make the paste as well as your gesso with the same thing. And then all I did was add white paint. And again, you add white paint basically as much as you feel you need, depending on the level of transparency that you're trying to achieve. You want it to be really opaque, then make sure you add a nice amount of white paint or any other color paint that you're trying to make the color paste out of. You can totally see my unicorn. Look how crispy those lines look. And it dries super fast as well because again, it's just baby powder and school glue. So it dries really, really fast. Depending obviously of how much, you know, how thick it is and how much you've added. I've also cut out some die cuts and stuff that I'm going to be gluing on here. And although I did my paste in black, I am going to be just doing this whole thing over again with the white. This is just mostly so you guys can see then how it's actually going to look at the end. Although I think I am going to go with a very dark theme for this, inspired obviously by Monica today. I was like, you know what? I haven't done a dark theme in a long time, and I think that would be fun. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do a dark theme with a mystical creature in a steampunk style. Hopefully it all works out for me. We shall see. We shall see. I think that's dry enough. Well, almost dry enough. Not quite dry enough. Almost dry enough. Just smear out these everywhere that it dripped along the sides. Let me just kind of smear that into the side of the canvas is there. Use up all of that paste. This is the part that I dislike the most about doing this kind of stuff, which is why I normally do it off videos. And I think I'm going to go back to doing that. So I'm going to come with my project already stenciled and dried. Just because it takes so much time out of the live to do this part, just to show you guys how to basically spread the paste over a stencil. Which I have plenty of videos showing you that. So I think I'm going to go back to just doing it the way that I was doing it before, which was stenciling my stuff beforehand. I don't prep too much, but I definitely like to get the stenciling in ahead of time because it does take quite a while to dry. Even when it dries fast, it still takes quite a while to dry. Hello, hello, Zeus. So I think that's good enough right there. Definitely, definitely. So this is going to be somewhere kind of like right here. And she doesn't have a tail because I'm going to create her tail out of whatever I find to create her tail with. So I'm not going to worry about her tail, which is why she doesn't have one. And she doesn't have the horn attached because I wasn't sure what I was going to end up doing at the end. So that's that. So now again to this. So let me just go ahead and try to do this in a way that it kind of makes a little bit of sense, somewhat. And let me collect as much of this paste as I can from whatever's left over on this lid. And I actually started to record the process of how I started molding the little unicorn thing, but halfway I stopped the video and I forgot to turn it back on, and I kept working on it. So it's kind of choppy for the most part. And I don't even think if I filmed the end, but we'll see. Maybe I'll end up doing a whole new project similar to how I did this one, and then I can show you guys ahead of time how I do the pieces for it. I'm gonna need more paste, you guys. I'm gonna need more paste. All right, so let me go ahead and grab my little gesso again. Basically just pour a little bit of that gesso in there. Super affordable to make because you're making it yourself. Let's put that there. Some baby powder. We're gonna mix this up real quick. Basically blending those two things together. Again, you can do the same thing with just glue and the baby powder. This is because I've already made the gesso, so half the battle is done. I just have to add more baby powder to thicken it up. So super easy. So if you don't want to continue to store gesso, or I mean not gesso, if you don't want to continue to store paste and you want to just make your own colors however you want to use it as you want to use it, then you could totally do this. Just make yourself a nice large amount of gesso that you can use from, and then you can just make your paste as you go. And then you can make custom pastes. Okay, so I got my paste ready to go. It's a little lighter, but it doesn't matter because again, I am going to be gessoing over this, and then I'm going to be re-implementing my black back in here. I don't care if I'm going over cogs at this point in time or gears. I just want to get this texture back there because I have no idea what's going to show anyways. So why am I going to worry about the little things right now, right? Let's just get this paste in there. Just get this paste in there. Okay, here we go. Ooh, so pretty, so pretty. Even if I do say some stuff. That's gonna be a heck of a cleanup job, but again, it'll be easy. Just soak it in some water and it'll come right off. Now let me go ahead and clean my little squishy thing. Yeah, I forget all the time, Monica. You don't understand how many videos I've done tossed out because like I'll start recording them and I'm like, yeah, and like I'll like literally pause it for 2 seconds and forget to to hit like record again. Oh my goodness, that happens to me so often. It's ridiculous. All right, let me put that up there for now. And let me just go ahead and start hooking this baby up because I'm gonna need it. This is my glue gun. So I'm gonna be using that throughout most of this process, only because the media gel is gonna take a while for it to dry. So I'd rather just do this and get it done fast. Now I know I went over some of the area where my horse was, but that's okay because she's gonna get mounted on there anyway, so we're good to go. Just kind of smooth those out. Go better along the edges. Ooh. Yeah, I do that so often, it's ridiculous. So I think even though I am doing this kind of steampunk-ish, that I would still like to incorporate some kind of a real background to this, as in a foresty kind of scene, um, something of that nature. So I am gonna paint all of this. I think I'm gonna go with some blues and some dark colors, and then I'm gonna paint some trees into it. Even try to add a little bit of a sky, and then I'm gonna highlight all these gears and add the new gears that I'm gonna be incorporating into this. Then I have to figure out what I'm gonna do for a trim so that I can kind of hide the edges of where all these gears are gonna go. So we'll see. This is a work in progress, you guys. It's a work in progress. Thank God I don't mind the smell of baby powder because you totally smell the baby powder. But you get so much dimension. It looks so nice and thick. This paste, the second paste, came out way better than the first. A lot thicker. So you get more sharp edges. If you guys can like really see that in there, you get so much more sharp little edges on the thicker paste. The thicker it is, the more definition you're gonna get in your stencil. You don't want to make it too thick that it's hard to spread, but you want to make it thick enough that you get a nice impression and it's still pliable over the stencil. We're almost there, you guys. You can totally see all of that dimension is popping off of here. All right. I'm going to start adding like colors and stuff. I just don't want this stuff to start kind of like spreading, you know, making sure that it's dry enough for me to go into with some paint. All right. All right. So let's see. So we have that. This is going to be right there. We have her little horn. It's going to be right there. I also, where's my little tray of junky goodness? Let's see. Hello, hello, Julia. How are you doing, love? So hopefully you guys can see that well. I've got some stuff here. I'm not sure. I was thinking about making her kind of like, you know, flying like a Pegasus. So I'm thinking about that still. So we'll see how that kind of goes. And then, let's see. I wanted to add like these little raindrops in there. Well, these humongous raindrops, actually. But I don't know if I'm going to like the aesthetic of that overall. I wanted it to kind of look like, not unicorn poop, but like the unicorn made it rain to get all the cogs like all rusty so she could bust free. See how you saw how I put a story real quick for that? I made that up right on the spot, you guys. So I have two of these little wings. They were attached to two little things for butterflies. So I don't know if I want to. Well, she can't fly for things like that. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe something like that. I'll put that together. Got some flowers here. that I haven't used, so I figured I would incorporate these little flowers in there somewhere. I got these little timepieces. These are by Spare Parts, right? Spare Parts. We've got some gauges here, so I can add some gauges in here. It's like they're measuring the water levels, right? Maybe I can put enough in here. I don't know how I feel about the water drops, so we'll see. We'll see how I feel about these water drops. I'm not really quite sure. I think that's about it, right? Maybe right there. Okay, so that's it for those. Hello, hello, love. How are you? Okay, so then we have some gears. And again, I'm going to be gluing all this stuff down. Let me turn my glue. Oh, it's on already. I'm going to be gluing all of this stuff down, including my little horsey, my little unicorn. And then we're going to see what we're going to do with this. I got some metal pieces as well that I want to incorporate into this. Some of these I got from Monica when she does her metal D-stashes. Others I got from AliExpress. So I have a little mixed match of all of these things. I love working with filigree. I've been working with filigree for years. And they're absolutely awesome. So I totally want to add like little bits and pieces of stuff here. And then we're going to gesso this whole thing up. And hopefully it's steampunkish enough. Yay! Thank God. That is awesome news. That is awesome news. So basically, again, I'm not sure what's going to happen with these raindrops because they're kind of ginormous. I might cut them down, which is, we'll see. I might cut down a few of them and then leave some of them big. But I want to put some of these some places. Put some butterflies in there as well. Not so much for the big flowers today, I don't think. But definitely I want to add something like that. Let's see. As far as this one, I don't know if this is gonna go or not, but we're gonna figure this whole thing out. We're gonna figure it out, you guys. We're gonna figure this whole thing out, right? So, just gonna add a few here and there. And usually what I like to do, I don't like to glue them all completely down because I like them to kind of lift here and there because it allows me to like keep tucking stuff over. So let me put some of these little things here. Let me grab some of these. Like I said, I was going to cut them up a little bit. So let me just shrink some of these down. Hopefully I'll be able to retain the teardrop shape. Okay, well, that's going to be round enough. Make believe it's stuck on glass, so it's a little deformed, okay? It's sliding, you guys. It's sliding. It'll get there. It'll get there, you guys. Looks like a little Hershey kiss at this point in time. But that's okay. I don't even know if I like that. I don't think I'm going to like that. So I'm going to take these little things out. Instead of breaking my head trying to size them up. All right. Let's look for what does work. Let's go with what does work. So, let's see. Got some of these. Maybe there. I've got some chain I can incorporate. Always love adding some chain. Maybe I'll put it like this so that I can actually feed some kind of mechanism to actually hold this thing up there. So maybe I can do that. No, no me gusta. Don't like it. Don't like it, you guys. Don't like it. So maybe we'll do it like this. Put one on the top, put one on the bottom. Yeah, like that. I like it. Okay, let's see. Some of these little snowflakes, that's what I call them, little snowflakes. Let's just randomly throw them in different places and just see what happens. Again, these little things keep popping up, so maybe they just would like to be incorporated. Venus is dreaming. Oh, she's having a dream. That's so cute. I don't know what she's chasing, but she's chasing something. You guys can hear her? Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. All right, so okay, I kind of like how this is going. What do you guys think? She's there like, Phil's gone, Phil. God knows if she's like flipping out on us in her dream. All right, let me see what else I found in here. Surprised she hasn't woken herself up because she usually does. Yeah, she woke herself up. She noticed and she's like, oh, dang it, I got caught. She's like, dang it, I got caught. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to see how I'm going to incorporate these wings on her. So I'm trying to see if this is going to work like that. Oh, that's just too big. I think that's too big. Do I have a little one? Maybe a little gear with a tiny little gear on top. Maybe some tiny little gears here and there. I love these little gears, Monica. I got these from you. You like it so far? Awesome. I love these little gears. I gotta get me more. I've been like hoarding them so badly. Okay, but everything must come to an end at some point, right? Viva le crafts! Okay, so I'm gonna use them all up in this, and I'll just kind of put them here and arrange them there. Someone has one already. Let's just randomly put that there. Let's just randomly put these things in different places. And let's just see what kind of happens from all of that being kind of like that. Okay, so I kind of like it. I think it'll do, right? Let me stand up so that I can really look at my composition well and see what the heck I've done. Let's see. Okay. I kind of like that. So let's move this stuff to the side for now. And let's see where we're gonna go with this. Okay. Oh, there's a door. There's a lock here. Let's put this little lock right there. Right? And I think I like that. Right there. So, I wonder if I should still add, but that's just gonna be like a straw hanging up there, and I don't really like that. That would have still looked pretty cool, I think. You know what? Maybe I will do it. All right. Time to start gluing this baby down. Let me go ahead and grab me some glue sticks because I know I'm gonna need a whole bunch of them. Memo to self, stop putting glue sticks in locked containers. Because then you're never gonna get nowhere. All right, so let's go ahead and start doing this. So the first thing I'm gonna glue in is actually my little horsey. And again, his tail's not in intentionally. What the heck? Where I put her? There we go. I'm like, where the heck did I put her? All right, let's add a little horn. And we're gonna definitely add some texture there. Maybe I'll add some glitter or something or the other. We'll do something. Hello, hello, Tanya. How you doing, love? So we got the little thing in there. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and start actually adding some of these pieces down. And I didn't gesso these beforehand. I'm gonna gesso them anyway, so I figured I'd gesso them after. Let's see. Ay, me quemé el dedo. Okay, what do I have here? Okay, stuck there. Let's get this guy stuck there. Right there. Yeah, I started late today, so you're good. And then it took me a while to get all this stuff dry. Yeah, the unicorn's already glued. It's already glued in place. I'm just adding all the little bits and pieces from around it. I hand molded this baby. I used this to mold it. I molded right on top of that with Sculpey. I didn't give her no tail though. I'm gonna do the tail, you know, avant Carmen So we're gonna see what that's gonna look like. We're gonna see what that's gonna look like. I also have some chain that I want to incorporate in here somewhere. So let me start getting this chain out. This chain is in pieces. Okay, so let me get these little chunks and little bits and pieces out. This is from BB Crafts. So that might actually work out better for me, to be honest with you. Let's see. Just add them in. You guys asked for steampunk, right? You got some steampunk. So these are little chunks of chain. I think that they're used for like little clips and stuff. So they're already broken down to the size. They're all the same exact size, basically. Let's see what else is loose here. Let's do this one. Then I'm gonna heat blast this whole thing to try to get rid of some of those glue hairs. I hate those glue hairs. Yes, I hate this. This is like the worst part of it. If it wasn't for the hair glues, I honestly wouldn't mind using hot glue as much. But these little glue hairs is like, oh, I gotta give me one of those bottles of Fabri-Tac or whatever that thing is called that everybody uses that glues down all the metals. I have triple thick, but that thing is gonna take a long time to glue them all down to dry up. Okay. Almost there, you guys. Almost there. Oh yeah, that tail's not staying like that. I'm gonna be creating my own. Maybe I'll make my tail out of that. We'll see. I'm looking at that. I'm like, that'll be nice and flexible enough that you can just basically create your tail out of that. I think we waste most of the glue stick and the glue hairs. Like I'm fighting over here with this thing. I think it's gonna look nice though. I was kind of rushing when I was making this, I'm not gonna lie. So hopefully the end result does come out okay, because again, it's been a crazy day. Everything is late. I'm backed up on everything. Let's see. I think we're mostly glued in here. I have a few pieces, nothing too major. I think that's about it, right? Right. Just adding random little things here and there. Okay, so we have some chains here. And let me see. I'm gonna keep bringing the chain down. Let's see if I can kind of get it to. Don't fall on me and don't burn me, please. And get it to kind of just fall in there. There we go. All right, that'll do. That'll work. I've been resorted to bits and pieces, you guys. Bits and pieces. But that's how they come again. That's how it comes. All right. This is annoying as heck, you guys. All of this glue hairs. I don't mind it. I don't even mind the pain on my hands. But I definitely cannot stand the glue hairs. What falls off here? Let's see. Okay, I basically got everything. How's that horse doing? Let's just load that baby up. Once I'm done with the whole thing, I am going to kind of like see where there's spaces, and I'm going to allow this to just kind of fill in some of those gaps, and I'm going to let the whole thing dry. Okay, so let's see. Let's put some chain right here. Put some chain right here. And let's see. How cool would it be to have chain coming down the side? Let's see. Okay, let me just keep adding those chains. What do you guys think? Thank you for the thumbs up. I got 8 watching and 4 up. Am I wrong? How many? 5. Thank you for everybody that gave me a thumbs up. Hello, hello, Lulu. How are you, love? Not that the thumbs up, you know, but it's always nice to get them. Right? It's always nice. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to keep adding some more of these little chains here and there. I'm just going to add them until I don't have any more room to add them in anymore. So that's basically what I'm going to do. Trying to fill up all the little areas with as much texture as I possibly can. Right? That's awesome right there. Right? And always at the beginning, you have an ugly stage. That's to be expected. So don't worry too much about that. Let's see. What else? What else? Let's see. Maybe I can link that one with that one. And let me link that one with that one. Right, because steampunk is supposed to be about all things moving all other things, right? It's supposed to be mechanical somehow. Although you can't move this stuff around, I would like for it to at least look like there's some type of movement happening. even though it's all in my imagination, basically. But I don't think that's too bad, right? Little bits and pieces of chain. This is what I tell these companies that I usually, they end up sending me stuff. I'm like, listen, you guys, everything for me is mixed media. So, like, I'm going to use this stuff in ways that you normally wouldn't use this stuff. So I hope you're aware that, like, I'm very unorthodox in that way. And I tend not to respect the meaning of certain things when it comes to these products. Like, I know this is designed for a chain, but I'm going to use it on a canvas and create texture out of it type of thing. So, yeah, that's what that does. Just add little bits and pieces that I find everywhere. And I think I need some there. So let me feed some in. Oh man, I hope that this looks good. Once I've done all of the gessoing and stuff and go into actually adding some color into it. Okay, I think that's pretty good, right? I think I've added enough stuff. Again, let me just heat blast this real quickly, and then I'm gonna start to do I have another tiny little gear somewhere? I could put it inside of that butterfly, right? Oh wait, that gear is supposed to go on the wing. All right, we've done that part. I've got a hot mess going on, you guys. I'm so totally unprepared, but prepared somehow. I don't understand how that whole thing works, but it does. So let me just go ahead and do a little bit of this. Get some of those blue hairs off. Melt those babies away. And then we're gonna grab some stuff. Actually, I gotta grab some stuff to make the tail and make the mane. So I'm gonna go and look to see in my stash, texture-wise, what I have that'll work for me in a nice pliable kind of way. I was gonna say, is this thing hot or not? Okay. So I think I did that for the most part. Now we're gonna go ahead and find something that we can kind of create a tail with and create some kind of a mane. Um, I'm gonna see what I have. Let's see. I think maybe some whatchamacallit, some cheesecloth maybe, or maybe some tulle will be cool for texture. So let me see what I have. I actually have to glue that back in place. Let me put that there so that I don't forget. Good night, Julia. Thanks for stopping by. Let me go look for some fabric. See what I find. See what I found. All right. I found some tulle. I found some tulle, so I think I'm gonna go with that since it's the easiest, most readily available. So I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna grab some piece of tulle and just kind of create um, my own type of tail. And then we're gonna gesso it up and see kind of like how it all comes together. I'm actually going to dip it into my gesso paste from the gate so that I can kind of mold it how I want to mold it. And this, it's doesn't work too well with heat, so it tends to shrivel up. So we're gonna have to use quite a bit of it because I know that I'm gonna lose some of it in this whole little process here. So let's see. Let's see how this is gonna kind of look. I think that that'll look cool, especially if I can Let me hot glue them together real quick so that they're a nice little bunch. So basically just hot gluing it together. And now I have myself somewhat of a tail, the beginning of a tail anyways. I think she needs more fabric. I want the tail to be a little fuller. I'm out of cheesecloth, girl. I told you. I'm out of cheesecloth. I have to like reload a lot of things like that, which I will in a couple. Come on. Notifications, go away, notifications. Hello, hello, Donna. Oh, it's okay. I'm late today as well. It's been a crazy, crazy week. Right now, I'm just getting some material to add to my little tail for this little unicorn that I hand molded using a little stencil. Well, this little thing that I cut out using my Cricut. So right now I'm just trying to add some kind of bulk to this. All right, let me just add this. I did all that to just add one more piece, but oh well. Again, just kind of hot gluing it together, making like a little nub. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of this, just a little bit. And it's gonna mix in with some of that paste that I created earlier, which I'm perfectly okay with. I want all of this to be nice and covered so that I can kind of flex the movement where I want it to go. Okay, now that we have our little mop here, our little tail mop. Let's see. How are we gonna do this? She's got all of this paste all over her. So we're gonna go ahead and add this kind of like here. And we'll separate some of these strands. I can give them some movement. And I kind of want them to be kind of like wild and free. Coming from there. I want her to have like a ridiculous tail, right? Like the most exaggerated tail. So we're just gonna kind of crazy up all of this. Let's see. Somehow when I think it's not gonna work is exactly when it works the best. So I just tend to like not fight it too much. Just kind of allow it to go. That's what we're gonna do. And so something like that. And then we're gonna do the mane. So let me go ahead and try to apply a little bit of heat to this. And just clean my hands up a little bit. Some water. I was ready today. I had clean water and everything. I was like, I'm gonna paint today. Uh-oh. Why did my thing change out? Why am I here? Okay. So let's go ahead. Clean my hands somewhat, you guys. I know some of you guys can't stand dirty hands, but I gotta deal with it sometimes, you know? It's not stuck under. I just want to create a shape, and then I'm going to stick it in place. I want it to kind of dry stiff like that. And I want some of the gears in the background to kind of show. Kind of like that, like that. Then I have to kind of do a little bit of a mane here, but I'm not going to go so exaggerated like this. Just going to create a little bit of, you know, a little bit of something, something there. All right, so let me glue this in place. And I'm gluing it to both the canvas as well as to the horse, the little plate piece. So I want to make sure that's going to stay there. I basically glue it there and then just anchor it in different little spots. What do you guys think so far? Is it working? Is it working? Okay, now let's work on the little bit of a mane. I still have a little bit of texture paste in here, so that should be more than enough. You're hungry. Everybody's hungry. We ate late today. Again, running late all day. So we ate a little late today. Not too bad, but definitely a little late today. Okay, I kind of like the wild aspect of that like that. So let's see. Do I have any other little bits and pieces? This. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some of this, I guess. I want my pieces to be long. I don't want them to be like, you know, all super short. But I do want them to be like different lengths. Just kind of group them all in the center. That's how I'm gonna stick them. I'm gonna kind of group them in the center. Ah, and this is hot. So quickly, you guys. Wear little finger hats if you have them. Let's see. Yeah, it'll work. It'll work for what I need it to work. So again, just gonna mush that in there. Just allow it to pick up some of that texture paste. Super easy. And then we're gonna glue that in place. It's almost like the runaway bride, unicorn bride. It's kind of like the feeling she's giving me that she's a unicorn runaway bride. Let's see. Do I want to get cute with it and fancy with it? No, right? All right, so let's go ahead and glue that in place. So let's go ahead and glue this baby in there. And I am going to go ahead and just give it a quick little love tap with the heat tool. Just a quick little love tap with the heat tool. All right, I kind of like that. So let me go ahead and dry that real quick. And then we're going to gesso everything. Not bad, right? Not bad. It almost looks pretty good like that. All right, so now let's go ahead and start gessoing all of this stuff. We got to do this rather quickly. My little wet rag. Got this little wet rag that I keep cleaning my hands with. All of this paste everywhere. All right, so let's go ahead and start gessoing all these things down. Let me turn off my glue gun for now. I do have some flowers there that I was thinking about adding, but I don't know if I'm going to add them. I think I'm just going to go with it like this. So let me go ahead and grab a brush and start gessoing all of this. And I kind of want to paint everything black, actually. So let me see what I do. Do I paint everything black? I kind of want to paint everything black. So let me try to do that without gessoing it all. Maybe I'll be able to save some time on that department. Now this is regular black acrylic paint. It's not chalky. It's just regular black acrylic paint. And obviously I'm going to be using some metallic accents to this, which is why I think that it'll be okay overall. And it'll dry a lot faster for me than having to dry up all that gesso. So we're going to go ahead and just paint the whole thing in black. Any color that you like will be fine. She's going to be like my doggy Venus, jet black, with some little accents here and there. So actually, I don't need this. I think this will be just fine. What do you guys think, right, with the black? Going dark, going dark. Expect to see definitely more sculpted projects from me. That's something that I'm going to be incorporating into my projects more, things that I sculpt myself. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I don't know how much of that I'm going to be sharing because I'm a little bit nervous with this whole Copa thing and it being clay and all. But I have to figure out ways of being able to share something like that. So I don't know. We'll see moving forward how I end up, what I end up deciding to do. For the most part, you probably won't see me do too much sculpting unless it's something that I may be finishing up. or something of that nature, but I'll try to come with the pieces ready to go. Sometimes you can't find that custom mold, you know, like that mold that you want, or you don't find the molds in the size that you want with the imprints in the size that you want. And I kind of want to start creating pieces that suit my needs, and I like things in a larger scale. So that's why for me especially, it's always kind of hard um, to find like those perfect little molds, because the pieces that they make are not too big, and I tend to work on really large surfaces. Um, I think part of that is because I'm a little bit blind, but we'll see what happens. I still haven't added the wing in there, so I'm gonna kind of dry this, build that. Look, you see what happened? The horn fell off, you guys. What the fashizi? How dare it? Hold on, let me I'm gonna just paint this whole thing in black. I'm gonna put it to dry. Then I'm gonna grab some modeling paste. You know, the clear heavy gel, not modeling paste, clear heavy gel, and I'll adhere it that way so that I make sure that that doesn't fall off for the next time. Let me just finish painting this. Right now is a horse. It's back to being a horse again. It's back to being a horse again. I still have all this paint and I keep trying to add more paint. Like, what the heck? And you guys know I'm going to be using some of my Galaxy glitters on this today because I have to, you guys. I am in love with the shine. And I will be going into this afterwards and adding triple thick once everything is done so that I can kind of seal all this texture in place and know that these pieces are not going to be falling off. I am going to go and just pour triple thick all over everything and let it just dry overnight. So if you follow me on Facebook, then you'll see that up there. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that up there. Usually I try not to oversaturate because I know that we cross follow each other on the different platforms for the most part. So I don't want to show you the same picture here, the same picture there, the same picture there, like, so like I'll mostly be posting stuff like this on my Instagram and on my Facebook for the most part, or one or the other, so that I don't oversaturate, the content. If you see 15 gajillion pictures of what I'm doing, it's like, okay, I don't need to see the video. I saw it start to finish in exhibit A, B, C, D, and E. So we'll see. We'll see, you guys. We'll see how it all kind of comes together moving forward. I'm trying to get as much of this as possible. I'm also going to spray it with some black spray, just in case there's some little nooks and crannies that I couldn't get myself into because either I didn't see it or it was glued down. But we're almost done. And the good thing is that it's acrylic paint, so it starts drying basically as soon as you start laying it down. So that cuts my drying time by a lot. And I'm trying not to pull the paint anywhere, so I'm trying to really like smooth it out all over everything. So that it's everywhere. A little bit more black paint over here. That's why I didn't worry too much about also doing the little chipboards, like just sewing them up, because I knew that I was going to be overlayering them. Plus, I knew that I'm going to be encapsulating it with some of the triple thick afterwards. So I knew that they will be protected no matter what. Hey, she's home. Gracias a Dios. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so we're almost done. We're almost done. Let me just stand up for a second so that I can see if there's any white areas that I'm missing here and there. It's mostly around this side here. I think I pretty much got everything there. We gotta give her a name, you guys. And it's gotta be majestic and powerful. And at the same time, kind of like give this essence of freedom. She's a, she just flies where she needs to fly. She goes where she gotta go. She's magic, she's magical. So she's like, hey, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Okay, it is what it is. So we got that. Let me go ahead and dry it. Just off, definitely. Here's my little wet rag. What did I do with it? Did it fall down? Let's go ahead. And we want to make sure that this is actually dry, not just like it looks dry on the top, but the bottom is still all wet. This area is a little bit more wet than the other side. So we're gonna focus on that a little bit more. I hope that all the people that ask for steampunk are like, yay, Carmen. I hope I did you guys justice with this project today because I was going in a completely different direction. Ooh, don't break the legs, girl. Don't break the legs, then you ain't gonna go nowhere. I'm gonna start kind of spraying in some of the magicals and stuff like that in here. I'm gonna work on the wings, but you guys kind of saw the little tragedy that just happened to me with the horn, so I gotta fix that. So I'm gonna work on the wings separate and then attach the horn with the media jaw as well. So I just want to get most of this part of it done. So I'm gonna start hitting it with some of my Lindy's and seeing what kind of comes out, and then we'll start adding. We'll get more refined as time moves on. This is not all the way dry yet, but we need to start making some progress on this baby. Pink uniform. No, no, no. I don't know about pink unicorn, but it was definitely gonna be like, pink, maybe a little here, a little fusion sign, a little sign over here, a little sign over there. It was definitely gonna be one of those. I almost pulled that out again. You know what happened to me with the pink? I did the shabby hop, and I just got stuck with those colors from that moment forward. I just got kind of stuck with that. And so I need to brighten that up just a little bit more. Let me dry that up a little bit. But first, before I dry that up a little bit, here's my little thing. Just somewhat from here. I don't need the horse to be like completely saturated. Everywhere else, I don't really mind too much. The horse is gonna have a different color setting. And the lenses that I used was the Glory of Sea Gold. Sea Gold. The Glory of Sea Gold as well as the Opal Sea Oats. Doesn't she look fierce? I see you've been talking to Tanya for a while. Yes, her vocabulary will definitely stick to you after a while. You definitely start minding your P's and Q's and be like, yeah, okay. All right, let's add some blues in here. Now, this is not one of the Lindsay's. This is one of my little DIY concoctions. And I'm just gonna sprinkle this kind of like this all along this edge here. Open just a little bit. Some more product comes out. I'm gonna do the same thing. All along the bottom. Just in these little areas there. And let's move that. Just creating a little bit of opulence here and there. And that's a mix of Dr. P.H. Martin with some alcohol or some water. One of the two, I'm not sure. Yes, right? It's good, I'm telling you. It's that safety net. It's that safety net. Kind of like that color. I want to add more. Let me open it. Open it a little bit more, Carmen. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah. Yummy, yummy. You guys, yummy, yummy. Right? Can you guys see what I see? I gotta look for another color. But I do love what I see. So you guys can see that. Let's see what other color we find. Any color suggestions? Any color suggestions? I don't know about red. Maybe some copper. I gotta mix it. I gotta mix it. So I'm gonna add them by the capfuls. This one doesn't have a dropper just yet, I don't think. But I do have bottles. What the heck is my bottles? Well, I have bottles somewhere. Not in this one. Okay. So like I said, I'm gonna put little capfuls. Just gonna drop it off the cap here and there. Just a little bit. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. Just to kind of add a little spark of color. Because I don't really have any reds going on. So this will be like my little bit of red. And then we're gonna spray it. And move it. And move it around. Move it. Then I'm gonna get some waxes and start going into town with some of the waxes as well. I wanted to have kind of like a rusty vibe. I think I need to add a little bit more, maybe some green, right? You gotta shake them up really hard because everything settles to the bottom. So I have this color right here. I don't know what that color is, but it's like a green. I'm gonna see if I find some darker greens. Maybe that I can blend that in with. That don't work. That don't work. Some greens in here. Just to darken things up a little bit. I'm gonna use the wax on the horse to really like solidify her color. I'm gonna do a little bit of this right here. Okay, where's the cover for this thing? Here it is. Let me see what else color-wise I find. And then we're gonna move on to the waxes if I'm satisfied with this, how this is looking. So I have this darker green here by Lindsay. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that copper paint in there just to kind of brighten that up. Well, let me add some of this gold, actually. You guys know how I create, right? I put everything in there. You should know that by now. I love to see like all the different colors. And I especially love to see like when they do get to like blend a little bit. I know it's not really everybody's cup of tea. But hey, listen, I make it work, right? That's what matters. I'm gonna add a little bit more of this copper color in there. Again, to kind of bring the whole mechanical theme to life. And some different I'm gonna frame it out a little bit with this copper color. She kind of reminds me of that app that we used to play a little while ago with the dash. I think it's dash something, unicorn dash or whatever the heck the name is. Just gonna splash a little bit of this in there. Okay, and I think that's perfect right there, color-wise. I'm really, really happy with that. I'm not gonna worry so much about the little splotches here and there with that. If it comes off, it comes off. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Let's dry this baby. Yeah, I gotta dry it up, Tanya. Relax, girl, relax. Woosa. After all these years, girl, of watching me do 9 times out of 10 the total opposite. You think you'd be cured by now. You know me, I always go too forward and then I pull back a little bit. Then I'm like, okay, I went too far. I went too far. I'm gonna dry this baby up. And then we're gonna grab some, maybe some white wax or something like that to just add a little bit of highlights here and there. And we're gonna color this. I'm thinking about teal for the horse. I'm not sure if I should do it in teal or maybe, oh no, I'll do it in black and I'll just get the black wax and make it really, really shiny and black with a little bit of green here and there. So I'll pull it out that way, I think. I think that'll work. What do you guys think overall? Pretty cool, right? This is my first one like this, I think. I've done other like mixed media type, but I love adding like the texture, like with the hairs and stuff. I love doing that. Thank you, Sasso. And I'll see what I add to the sides. I might add something to the sides. I might just paint the whole side black. I'm not sure yet, to be honest. I always leave the sides of my canvases incomplete because it always gives me something to do. Like later on, like I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll bump into the canvas for whatever reason. I'm like, oh, you know, I haven't done this. Let me sit down and do this. So like it gives me something to do every now and then when I'm like in between projects, or if I'm gonna give it away or something, then I'll gives me something to play with right before I send it off again. That way I get to hold it one last time and play with it one last time before it's off to its new home. So I tend to do stuff like that. Sometimes I'll just send it to you like that because that's the way I wanted it to look. So here you go. No shame in my game, right? That's what they say. Okay. Oh my God, somebody's playing Thug Life with me on Facebook and I'm not even on Facebook. I just got a notification. What is it with that? Like, how is it that you're not playing games but you're getting notified? It told me earlier that some lady stole $300,000 from me. I was like, what the hell is this thing talking about? Remember, I'm still kind of new to like, you know, I'm still learning stuff every day off of Facebook. Like that thing is like a galaxy. There's like so many planets with its own little stars orbiting. Like there's so much stuff going on in there. So like I'm learning, but every now and then I'm like, what the heck? And that was definitely one of those times. All right, so I'm gonna see if I find my black metallic paint or my black wax. Either way, it'll still come out more or less the same. And then we're gonna start adding some highlights and lowlights. I'm gonna get the white one as well because I think I'm gonna add some of that white wax on it. Let's see. Definitely gonna add some copper. Definitely gonna add some green, and definitely gonna add some black on the floor. So I pulled out a few of them. So we have here lavish green, we have copper kettle, we have black shimmer, we have silver spark, white frost, and ice espresso, which is a brown. So I'm gonna go into this thing and just add little bits here and there. I'm gonna start with my darker colors and then I'm gonna add my lightest colors in the top. I'm never done. Truth be told, I'm never done. That's just a lie I tell myself. Like, yeah, you're done. No, I'm never done. I think, you know, once I give the project away, I'm blocked from continuing to work on it. But if that thing came back, I'll probably still do something to it. So yeah, it's never really done. All right. So let me just wet this thing down. And this is supposed to be like shimmer black, but it's kind of silverish. It's like gunmetal gray, really. So I'm just gonna start kind of adding this into this. And if I don't like the way it looks, I'll just paint the whole thing black again and just start over. But we'll see. I have to adhere that leg down a little bit. It looks like a floating leg. All right, so what time is it? 9:11. Okay. All right, so we did that. Let me go into a little bit of the copper here, just a little bit. Just a little bit of the copper onto the horse, just a little bit. Like I said, just a little bit. And I'm also going to do the same with the green. Spray it down. Let me stand up. This. Then I'm going to go back into it with the black again. I think I'm going to try a little brush. What you guys thinking? Huh? Huh? What you thinking? What you thinking? Looking like a couple horse yet? I gotta glue this thing. I'm gonna go into the little grooves and just darken them up a little bit. Okay. And like I said, I am gonna hot glue that, not hot glue it, I'm gonna use the other thing to do it. Hold on. Let me get the gel. I haven't used this in a while. I can tell, I can tell. Okay. So let me just put some on here. Oh yeah, we definitely need some here. Come on. Come on, little thing. Stay. Stay in place. Please. Please stay in place. All right. Let's heat set that real quick and see if it'll actually stay so I can keep doing what I gotta do. Let's close that up. We're almost done with this, you guys. Let's see. That gave me instant texture, you guys. I almost burned this thing. All right, let's just leave it like that. So I can't spend 15 hours drying a horn. So let's go ahead. All right, so let me just add a little bit more into this iron. Like I said, we're about done. Just a little cap. Okay, so we got that in there. And I think this is pretty good, you guys. What do you think? I think I'm done. I think I'm done. I think all I have left to do is just maybe add a dot of white in the eye. And that's it. That's it for me tonight, you guys. I think so. I think so. Let me go ahead and just get my brush ready to pick up some of this white paint. Just play with this. a little bit. I gotta glue that horn better, which I will after this live is done. I don't want to hold you guys up too much longer. But we got it, you guys. We got it. All right, you guys. So that brings me to the conclusion of tonight's live. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. I want to say thank you all so very much for still coming in here and joining me tonight, even though I was late. I do apologize. Again, for those of you guys that are interested in my lap book process, tomorrow, Sunday, I will be continuing the lap book process. Hopefully, God willing, if anything changes, I will let you guys know. Because again, it is Sunday. Sometimes I do get like unexpected visits on Sunday, which they're not so unexpected anymore because they do tend to pop up more often than not. So I will do my best to continue it on this Sunday. If not, then I will continue it next Wednesday, you guys. But I will let you know. Make sure that you check out my Facebook page, my community post here on channel, my community post, not porch. I don't have a community porch on YouTube, you guys. So make sure that you check out my channel. And if you have not subscribed, please do. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you watch this video after the live, don't forget to comment if you're interested in anything that you see. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Lots of exciting projects coming on full steam ahead. And I'll catch you guys then. Bye.